Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio highlighting everyday people sharing a slice of life from their angle.
My name is Toni Mulvihill. I live in Appomattox, Virginia. I'm 58 years old. Sometimes feel a lot older than that, sometimes a lot younger. I grew up actually in New Jersey. I came to the shore when I was 15. My grandfather lived here with his wife. I went back to New Jersey. I've been back and forth to the shore, for many years. So, how many times in life have we, accumulated opinions of other people, because we want to take that opinion and say, well, how do I view that? So that's a good thing. I says, because no matter how many opinions you've got, you're still going to come to who you are and what you want. So go for it. Allow them to be who they are. And our opinions are going to be filtered through our experience. And our experience may not be what they need. They're looking at us because they're thinking that something better is outside of them. And once we start even thinking that way, we're working from a deficit. So when we start to think we can find the answer from someone outside of us who doesn't have our same experience, then, we're desperately grasping for straws, something to keep going. So maybe if we can give them that encouragement to keep them going to the next step until they can embrace and have confidence. Again, I'll go back to that word confidence in themselves, in their own intuition, that what they have internally is very wise. And if they can tap into that, then they can find some of their answers and for themselves. And they won't have to, run asking of people's opinions all the times, because they will be able to walk in their confidence, in their own integrity. It's because they had found, the way that works for them. I've learned some of my best lessons from the down and out people in the street. And I said, sometimes they're the most loving people. And, they come up and they just say the right word at the right time and, brings tears to my eyes, or their wisdom is just so profound that, I appreciate them so much. So that was for me. It says that, there was a scripture that said, at a heart's abundance, the mouth speaks. So when we speak the word love, when you don't think about it, see, I'm not talking about a premeditated, I'm going to say this and this and this. I'm talking about what comes from the heart. So when that bubbles forth accidentally, and you say, I love you, and you mean it from your heart because it's what's overwhelming your heart in abundance, and it comes out by accident. You didn't mean to say it. You meant to stifle it. You weren't supposed to say it in this situation because people wouldn't have considered it appropriate. And it's funny, I said, because then when it comes right back at you, and somebody says, I love you too, kid, it's because that's what's in the heart and it's overly abundant. That to me is that connection, I says, and that people need that. Now, whether that means, that it's going to physical love or spiritual love or whatever kind of love it is, there's so many different kinds and so many different aspects of love. So that's the difference. This is where that goes, is where we take it. Because if you can't love yourself, then you really can't love anybody else. That's where it begins. It begins in your heart. And I think that was something that was so amazing to me, is when I was writing that this morning on your page. It's like, when I started to write about that, and I got all excited because it came out, and it finally was, yes, that's the essence of it, is that it starts in our hearts and it overflows. Then we're able to give it, and that's how we can give it freely, without expectation, without, wanting anything in return or expecting anything in return. That's when it's given freely. And that's what people don't understand, how that works. And so they're afraid of the word love, because love comes with expectation, they believe. But again, it comes from where they are coming from, their life experiences and their decisions. So that's where it needs to come back to our own hearts and restart it, reboot it, almost like today is the only day that you have. You can live in the past, which you're going to live in depression. You can live in the future, which you're never going to attain tomorrow. But today is where you live. So enjoy every moment of today that you can.
This has been Shore Perspectives. For WESR Radio, I'm Kelly Gaskell.